Most Glock owners think a quick wipe down every few hundred rounds keeps their gun running forever. Wrong. What if I told you that 70% of Glock malfunctions come from mistakes people make during routine cleaning? In this video, I'm revealing 13 Glock secrets gun stores don't want you to know. Some of these will triple your firearm's lifespan. Others will prevent dangerous failures that could cost you your life. At the end, I'll show you a trick that saves over $150 on every Glock you buy, and the manufacturer actually wants you to know about it. Disclaimer: everything here follows official Glock armorer guidelines and manufacturer specs. Always work on an unloaded firearm in a safe space. Never modify safety components beyond factory recommendations. Secret 13, the 3-2-1 lubrication rule. Here's something wild gun store clerks tell you to oil your Glock until it's dripping. That's the worst advice you'll ever hear. Glock engineers designed this pistol to run almost dry, and there's a reason for it. You only need 6 drops of oil, placed in very specific spots using what armorers call the 3-2-1 method. Too much oil turns into a magnet for dirt and carbon. Unburnt powder mixes with excess oil and creates an abrasive paste inside your slide. That paste eventually migrates into the firing pin channel. One day you pull the trigger and nothing happens because your striker is swimming in sludge. The breakdown is simple. 2 drops go on your slide rails, 1 drop inside the top of your slide near the front sight, another drop on the outside of your barrel near the muzzle. The 5th drop hits the barrel lugs where everything pivots. Your last drop goes where the trigger bar meets the connector hook. Hold your slide muzzle down after applying oil. Gravity pulls the lubricant along the rails naturally, keeping it from pooling where it shouldn't be. Secret 12, keep your firing pin channel bone dry. Most people go a little wild with a cleaner when they're cleaning a gun, and that's a big mistake. The firing pin channel is one place that must stay bone dry. No exceptions. Not even a tiny drop of oil or solvent should ever make its way into the striker tunnel. Keeping it dry helps prevent gunk buildup, light strikes, and reliability issues down the road. When you fire a round, carbon and gas pressure blast backward through the firing pin hole. If there's oil in that channel, the carbon sticks to everything like cement. Over time, this buildup slows down your firing pin. Eventually, you'll start getting light strikes where the primer doesn't ignite properly. There's also something called the hydraulic buffer effect. Oil in a confined space acts like a cushion that robs your striker of forward velocity. Factory armorers use dry cotton swabs or specialized scrapers to clean this area. The firing pin safety can also get gummed up from wet carbon buildup. Keep it dry, keep it clean, and your Glock will fire when you need it to. Secret 11, never remove factory copper grease. Brand new Glocks come with a weird copper-colored substance all over the internals. Most buyers see it and think the gun is defective. They scrub it off before the first range trip. That's like throwing away money. That copper grease is a specialized high-temperature lubricant designed specifically for the break-in period. Your gun's tolerances are tightest right out of the box. This factory grease has embedded metal particles that help everything seat together properly. It also has a much higher melting point than regular oil. Remove it too early and you'll get accelerated wear on your slide rails and connector. Some people report a gritty trigger that never smooths out because they cleaned away the break-in lube. Let it do its job. After about 500 rounds, it'll naturally dissipate through normal use. Only then should you switch to the 3-2-1 lubrication method. Secret 10, the 25-cent trigger job. Factory Glock triggers feel mushy and unpredictable, but you don't need a $200 aftermarket connector to fix it. You need 25 cents worth of polishing compound and 10 minutes of your time. This isn't about removing metal or changing angles. We're talking about smoothing out microscopic burrs left over from the stamping process. Focus on 3 main contact points: the trigger bar's cruciform that rides against the striker lug, the inside face of the connector hook, and the rounded head of your firing pin safety plunger. Use a lint-free cloth and a mild polish compound to work on each surface gently. You are lowering the friction coefficient of your trigger pull. Your gun will feel like it's already fired a few thousand rounds after this quick polish. The break gets sharper and more reliable. Gun stores don't want you to know about this because they'd rather sell you expensive trigger kits. Secret 9, magazine springs don't wear from being loaded. People constantly rotate their carry magazines because they think loaded springs wear out. That's a myth that refuses to die. Steel springs obey something called Hooke's Law, and static compression doesn't cause fatigue. The real enemy of magazine springs is cycling. Every time you load and unload rounds, you compress and decompress that spring. That repetitive motion is what actually wears down the metal. A spring sitting under constant pressure for years won't lose its tension as long as it's not compressed beyond its elastic limit. What actually causes feeding problems is dirt inside the magazine body or bent feed lips. Modern music wire used in Glock mags can handle decades of static load. Keep your defense magazines loaded without worry. You're actually doing more harm by constantly unloading and reloading your carry mags. Secret 8. The vertical battery test. Your recoil spring assembly controls everything about how your slide cycles. A worn RSA causes erratic ejection, failures to feed, and can even crack your polymer frame over time. There's a simple test that takes 5 seconds. Clear your weapon completely, point it about 45 degrees upward, pull and hold your trigger to the rear. Now slowly ease your slide forward by hand until it reaches its natural stopping point. If your slide doesn't fully close and lock the last quarter inch of travel, your spring is toast. The barrel should be completely seated in the breech face with no gap visible. Any failure to close means insufficient spring tension. Factory recommendations say replace your RSA every 3,000 to 5,000 rounds. This vertical battery test tells you the exact moment your spring needs replacement without waiting for malfunction. Quick pause if you're enjoying the video, tap that like button and hit subscribe. It really helps us reach more great folks like you. Alright, back to it. Secret 7. Magazine feed lips spread over time. Drop a loaded magazine on concrete enough times and you'll permanently damage it. The problem isn't always visible to the naked eye. Those steel feed lips can spread apart by just a few thousandths of an inch. That tiny change affects the angle where the round enters your chamber. You'll start getting failures to feed or stovepipe jams that seem random. Professional armorers use digital calipers to check feed lip width. For a standard 9mm Glock magazine, the gap should measure between .448 and .476 inches. There's also the mag smack test. Load a magazine and smack the base plate hard against your palm. If a round pops out, your feed lips have lost their tension. That magazine needs to be retired from defensive use immediately. Gun stores sell magazines for $25 to $35 each without explaining why yours failed. Secret 6. Slide stop installation order matters. Random slide lock malfunctions drive people crazy. The slide locks back even when there's rounds left in the magazine. Most people blame the magazine or think the slide stop lever is defective. The real problem is almost always improper installation. The small locking block pin must go in before you insert the slide stop lever. Miss that order and the tension spring ends up sitting on top of the locking block pin instead of underneath it. This eliminates all downward pressure in the lever. Here's a diagnostic test. Remove your slide and flick the slide stop lever upward with your pinky. It should snap back down hard with significant force. If it moves slowly or feels weak, you've got a kink spring or wrong installation sequence. Learn the correct sequence and save yourself the frustration. Secret 5. Factory sights are designed to be replaced. Those plastic sights in your Glock aren't actually sights. Armorers call them dovetail protectors. They exist to keep manufacturing costs down and protect the dovetail cut until you install real sights. Polymer sights round off from holster wear within a few thousand draws. This changes your point of impact over time without you even realizing it. They also lack the structural integrity for one-handed slide manipulations. Try racking your slide against a belt with factory sights and they'll snap right off. Night sights or quality steel sights are considered mandatory upgrades for any defensive Glock. Yet gun stores sell you the pistol with factory sights and never mention this. The upgrade costs between $50 and $150. That should be factored into your initial purchase price. Secret 4. Generation compatibility is not universal. Glock parts seem like they should swap between models easily. That's true within generations, but mixing generations creates serious problems. Gen 5 components are fundamentally different from Gen 3 and Gen 4 parts. The Gen 5 changed the locking block geometry and switched from leaf springs to coil springs for the slide lock. These aren't just cosmetic updates, the internal architecture is completely different. Trying to use a Gen 3 trigger bar in a Gen 5 frame can create an unsafe condition. Gun stores often sell parts without making it clear which generation they work with. You can buy an upgrade part that fits but doesn't work right. Always check to make sure that the replacement parts are for your exact model. If you're not sure, stick with OEM parts that are clearly marked for your generation. Secret 3. Orange label rebuilds are factory new. Most people don't know Glock sells factory refurbished pistols at significant discounts. These are called orange label rebuilds, and they're basically brand new guns and used frames. Law enforcement trade-ins get returned to the factory for complete overhauls. Every spring, pin, and plastic component gets replaced. The slide often gets refinished to like-new condition. You're getting a completely rebuilt gun with a fresh mechanical life cycle. These guns come with a full factory warranty, just like new pistols. The savings typically range from $100 to $150 compared to buying new. Gun stores rarely advertise orange label guns because the profit margins are slimmer. From a mechanical standpoint, there's zero difference between an orange label rebuild and a new gun. Secret 2. GSSF membership unlocks blue label pricing. The Glock Sports Shooting Foundation offers a membership that pays for itself immediately. Join GSSF and you get a purchase coupon good for one Blue Label priced Glock per year. Blue Label pricing is normally restricted to law enforcement and first responders. GSSF membership opens that discount to anyone. You'll save between $75 and $125 per firearm depending on the model. GSSF matches also provide access to a factory-certified armorers who inspect your gun for free. They'll replace worn internal parts as field maintenance at no charge. Membership costs about $35 per year, but that first discounted gun purchase more than covers it. Gun stores don't promote GSSF membership because it cuts into their profits. Secret 1. Master the 3-point safety check. The most important secret isn't about saving money or getting better performance. It's about making sure your Glock never fires when it shouldn't and always fires when it should. The 3-point safety function check verifies that your safe action system works correctly. This should be performed after every cleaning or parts replacement. First, check that your trigger safety lever must be fully depressed for the trigger to move rearward. Second, remove your slide and verify that the firing pin is physically blocked from moving forward until the safety plunger is depressed. Third, confirm that the trigger bar's cruciform sits properly on the safety ramp. These 3 checks prove that all internal safeties are functioning correctly. Gun stores assemble custom builds and hand them over without running these checks. Professional armorers never skip this step, learn these checks, and perform them religiously. These 13 secrets represent decades of armorer knowledge and factory engineering. Gun stores don't share this information because it hurts their bottom line. But now you're equipped to maintain your Glock like a professional, save money on purchases, and avoid the most common failure points. If you found this valuable, subscribe to Guns You Can't Live Without for more insider knowledge that the industry doesn't want you to have. Hit that notification bell so you never miss content that could literally save your life.